Hi there and welcome back. It's Tania from Tatty Treasures. Hello there. Hope everybody is doing okay. So this is the second and last video of just making some notebooks just made with leftover things. We did the cover with like a wallpaper embossed border, and then some book pages, some strips of invoice, some tea stained. It's more like a card, that is, and then some scrapbook paper and so on. So they ended up being 10 sheets in each, so that's a nice 40 sides, which is a decent size for a little notebook. I'm just trying to find the middle. That's it. So just make sure nothing's poking out, you know, top and bottom. Just gonna clip it. If it was all the same size, the pages, I wouldn't bother clipping it. I'd just hold it with my fingers, but because there's some smaller pieces, I find it easier clipping it. So that's that. I've got some wax thread. I normally go about 3 lots of the length of the book. I've got my awl, which is very sharp. I'm going to go in the middle. You wouldn't have to do this as a 3 hole one. You could definitely do just a hole at the top, a hole at the bottom. I suppose if you've got a really big stapler, I don't know, it is quite thick actually, because like I say, that paper is more a card. So yeah, they are quite thick. It's quite tough to get this through, to be honest. I'd have probably been better with my other awl, because I think it's just got a bit of a thinner, sharper end. So that says 3 holes. It's going to go in the middle. Yeah, it's quite tough to get the needle through, but it is quite a thick needle. I could have done with one a bit thinner, but I just don't seem to have the right needle. I haven't for a long time. They are either too thin, too long, or too thick, or too short. And I do prefer one with more of a blunt edge, because I find the ones that are too sharp, you're catching your papers as you go through, and, you know, making holes and stuff. So you kind of want one that's blunt but a bit sharpish. That makes any sense. So went in through the middle and then through the bottom, just pulling that other, and then we're going to go back through the middle like so. Before I start tying it, I'm going to take the clips off. So I find if you leave them on, you can rip your papers as you're straightening it up. So I made sure that it's got a tail each side underneath the middle string. I'm just going to tie it a couple of times, knot it, should I say. Let's do another. Yeah. And then I'm going to cut them short. Okay, so that's it sewn in. If there was any poking out, I would have just either left it. I could have got a blade and cut it down, or just nipped it with my scissors, but this one's fine. A couple of them, they've just got, you know, just a tiny bit poking out, so I just caught it with the scissors. Okay, so that's it, all sewn in. What have I just done with my needle? Let me put this away before it's I'll say I've got loads of needles in here, just just not the right needle. Okay, so if you watch the first one, you'll know that we made these toppers for them because we've got 6 altogether. That's how much of this wallpaper I had. So it was just to use that up, and then everything else was just to use up things, and we managed to make 6 of them. So we made 6 toppers. These was some, I'm just trying to see if I've got another one. I've got some smaller ones. These were some like clusters I made a different time. It was just using up like neutral things, and then, you know, you can pull them out and decorate, you know, as you need them to use my scraps up. And then all I did was just cut some scrapbook paper in, you know, the colour that I wanted to go with, and just built it on, and then just put one of these botanical pictures. These pictures are from my botanical notes kit, and yeah, that's all we did. So that's going to go on the front, and just building it out a bit has made it, you know, a nice size for this notebook. So I've got this stuff, I don't know what you'd call it. It's very much like a netting type thing, and it's very thin, so it doesn't add bulk, but it looks very, very nice. Just adds a bit of something. So I'll just cut a bit off here because we don't want it hanging off. So we're going to get the fabric out, which I should have probably put upside down. There is still quite a bit left, but I don't know what it is about, especially fabric. I find when you've only got about 1/3 of a bottle, it's as if, you know, it's empty. That's the way it acts. It's really quite slow. I'm not going to put loads of glue on because it is only just to catch this netting. Just make sure there's a bit poking out. All over. Probably need to cut a bit more of that off. Okay, and then we'll put a bit, you know, more glue on it now that we're sticking it onto the book. I want to try and get the edges as much as possible so it sticks nicely. So yeah, really easy way to make toppers for your notebooks or journals. I like using clusters and then adding to them, and it's, you know, a good way of using your scraps up. So this is the last video that I'll be filming before I go away for a fortnight. It's 2 weeks today that I go, so it'll be like 4 weeks before I film again. I've got in front, so I've got some freebies to work on before I go, which will be on Patreon, and I've got quite a few things to list on Etsy. These notebooks, the botanical file folder, and the botanical simple journals that I made, and I went through my ephemera box and stuff, and I've, you know, packaged some together. So I think I've got about 9 lots of ephemera to post, you know, take pictures of and put on Etsy. So I will be doing that. I will be changing my delivery, you know, how long it takes to deliver, just in case I am away when I get any orders. But yeah, I will send them out as soon as I get get back. Okay, so that's stuck down nicely. I'm just going to put a bit of glue behind this leaf. I haven't got any acetone, it's going a bit gulky. That's such a funny word. I don't even think it is a word. I think I've just made gulky up. Gulpy? Gulky? Oh, I don't know. So that's stuck down. I think it looked really cute. I hope I got it the right way round. I didn't even check. Yeah, luckily I have. Okay, so we'll stick that down. And then I went through my, you know, like book plate type things and found things what said notes and a notebook on. And I just tore, I like that there, just tore around them, just so they didn't look as boxy. You'd think I'd like it down there, but I actually like it up the top. So I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac, I think, if it wants to come out. And then I just pulled a few little Tim Holtz bits out. I think I'll use normal glue now. I don't think I need that. Okay, so we've got loads of these little bits. Obviously you get these in kits as well, but I don't know about you, you know, cutting these little tiny things out. I'm fine cutting them out, but they always look such a mess. So I like to use these. So no, probably a little bit too dark. Oh, what about that field label? Okay, it's sticking on the netting. Yeah, I like that, and obviously it fills that bit of space up. Let's stick that on. And let's see if we can stick something else on. If I need to sit and cut some butterflies out. I've got some, but they're all too big. I perhaps need to print some off, some tinier ones. But again, you know, they never look great when I cut them out. Quite like that there. So let's pop that there. We'll do another one, and then I'll do the others off screen. I did do 2 off screen before I started, so I'll show you those when we're finished, which is why I've done it so quick, because I've gone with the same you know, kind of method. I think when you're doing any kind of mass make, once you've kind of got your layout, I tend to just stick with that, because that's the bit that takes the time up, isn't it, or the thought. Wonder if I can join 2 pieces together. No, I'll save that. I've got a bigger bit here. This is the last bit of it that I've got. I don't know where I did get it from, but I do really like it. So if we get the length kind of right, I can probably do a couple with that. Okay. It's ever so muggy day today. It's August the 12th, and it's around, oh, it's not quite dinner time, it's 11:45, so it's getting on for that kind of, and the temperature is 22 Celsius, but there's no sun at all. It's as grey as anything, as still as anything, and yeah, it's just muggy. It looks as if it could absolutely throw it down with rain, and it probably needs it to, you know, get a bit of a cooler breeze or something. So yeah, it's not great at all. And I think tomorrow it's saying it's going to be 30, which if it's, you know, dull and still, it's going to be so humid. But we have just had a few nice, sunny days. But it's funny, since the kids broke up, you know, for school holidays at the end of July, it's not been as nice, and it seems like that is our kind of weather now. By the time it gets to summer holidays, we've kind of had our summer. Seem to get it better earlier on in the year. I mean, our like May and June was fabulous. July not so much. You know, we've had odd couple of days here and there. We've had the heat, just not the sun. I don't so much mind the heat at all, but the, you know, the humidity and the greyness is just not, it's not fun. I probably should have cut that down a little bit. I can catch it in a minute. So let's just hold that down a minute. I think I want to pause in a minute and try and just clear that nozzle a little bit, because it's getting on my nerves. I'm just going to put my paperweight on it. Let's do it that way. Okay. I've cut that down a little bit. I just trimmed it with my scissors. Right, let's find a notes here. Oh, I like that there. Do we want a smaller one? No, I liked the first one, which is normally the case. Okay. So when I list these, I'm just going to list them as like a random one scent, because you know, they're very similar. They're all yellow botanicals. So, you know, there's no real difference. I think they're all as nice as each other. Oh, I like that there. Let's pop that there. Okay. See if I can find anything else. Probably want something just a bit tiny. Oh, that's nice. Do I want it down there? No, I don't. No. I think it needs to be on this side. Yeah. That's not where I first put it. That's it. Okay, so that's that one. So I think they're the two that I've just done, and these are the two that I did off screen. So we're going to add a couple of bits inside. Let me just move that coffee a little bit out of the way now. I'll just move those there. Got my two little notes for these two. Ooh. I like that there. Yeah, I think that's how I'll be doing those. So like I say, I'll finish those off screen. Okay, so I've got a couple of bits here what I was going to add to. There's some folded pieces inside. Let's have a look. So like this. So I thought, well, I probably can't add a tag there unless I cut it down slightly. I mean, I could have it poking out, I suppose. I quite like that actually. Looks like a little tab. So yeah, we could stick that on there. I'm not going to decorate them because I think it would be nice. You know, for whoever owns it to decorate them as their, you know, writing in them. I don't want to make it into a pocket or anything. I think this paper's a little bit too thin, that invoice paper, so I am just gonna stick it straight down. I could just stick it 3 sides and it'd be a little tuck, but I'm not gonna. Make sure it's not hanging over, which it is a tiny bit. Again, these are tags that I made just from scraps hanging about. There was some, I think there was some like old Christmas tags, and I just covered the fronts of them. Yeah, I like that. So that's that one. Got one here. So oh. I've got a couple of those like Tim Holtz cards there. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, I like that one. I like that one. So if I just put glue halfway down, so they can be used as like, you know, a tab type thing, but it just gives something to look at. Let's add something. And I think these were the last few of these I had. And I say I kind of went in all my stuff to see what wanted using. I think I've got 2 in the back. Let's I might put that on that side. Like that. Let's do that then. So if I just put glue on this flap bit, and these was just the cut-offs from cutting some 12 by 12 down for some pages in these journals. There we go. See, another flap. There's one here. So I've got that ticket, which doesn't particularly look great on that. I mean, I will have to cut it down. I will save that bit. I'll probably just save them in with the Timoltz little bits. Oh yeah, half and half looks alright. Let's do that then. Let's see where that probably comes to about there, I think it was. And I will do that in each. I've just got two bits for the front, 2 bits for the back, and like I say, it just adds a bit of something. I think I best keep that page open. Ooh, bit of light ink on the side of that one. It's just smudged. It wasn't ink that I've put on. I think it's the actual ink from the ticket. So that is those. That looks really cool, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm gonna sit and get these finished off, and I don't know if I'll start listing the things today or tomorrow, but yeah, I'll be back. Well, you know, there'll be no gap for you, but for me, you know, I'll be back in 4 weeks. I'll have probably forgotten how to talk in front of a camera, and it'll all seem quite weird when I get back. It's always quite strange when you film after not filming for a little while. I might put something plain on there. What was I going to say? Oh, I like that. Oh, goodness me. I was going to say something. Oh, I don't know. If you are in Patreon, I will put a post up in there saying that there's new listings in Etsy. Is there anything else? Oh, the kit that I'm going to be using when I come back is called Woodland Walk. It's like a pink and green woodland kit. I have made a few more freebies for it, which I need to finish before I go away. That's nice. And I think I made freebies for it as well when I made it. Let's make this into, we could just put that ticket there, couldn't we? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, so there's plenty of freebies that go with that kit. Again, they are up in Patreon, and that kit and all my kits are available in Etsy and in Patreon. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer, and I will be back very soon, hopefully with some really tanned arms. Okay, until next time, thank you very much, and bye for now.